We are recapping our 2025 board game challenge and setting a new challenge for 2026 in this episode of Little Big Thumbs.
Welcome to Little Big Thumbs, the channel that's all about finding games that are equally fun for little players and big players. My name is Milo.
And I'm JP. And in this video, we're talking all about board game challenges. In 2025, we sought out to play 500 unique games. And it's time to talk about what that experience was like. Milo, you did it. You played 500 unique games. I remember you texting me on New Year's Eve saying, I'm playing game 500 right now. And I asked you, what game was it? And you said...
Villainous.
Villainous. That's right. One of your all-time favorite games.
Yeah.
And I did not succeed. I barely got to the halfway mark of the challenge, of the 500 unique game challenge. So what I'd love to do, Milo, is ask each other just two key questions. Question number one, what was the highlight of trying to play 500 unique games? What was the low light of trying to play 500 unique games?
I think the highlight for me was just how many people in my life were dedicated to making sure that I was able to succeed in this challenge. It, like they say it takes a village to raise a child, and I feel like it took a village to complete this challenge. We did use BGA for at least I did. I think you did too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so a lot of games I could play on my own. However, oftentimes when I was hanging out with friends, whether we were supposed to be playing games or not, people knew that this challenge was just always on my mind, and all of my friends wanted to help me. They would constantly be like, hey, how's it going? How can I catch you up? What game can we squeeze in right now? And it felt so great to just have friends check in with me about that and care about me, and even strangers wanted to help me succeed in this goal. At Supernova, the local board game convention that we go to every year, I was playing with some people I had never met before, and then other people who I was kind of acquaintances with, and just through natural discussion, it came up that I'm doing this challenge. And every single time, no matter who the person was, they were like, that's a sick challenge. I'm going to help you out with this. Just the determination of people was so inspiring and really fueled me to continue throughout the year.
I'm so happy for you that there was such a sense of community going through this challenge. If I may answer the question for myself, the highlight for me was in setting the challenge. I would say that I ended 2024 on a pretty low note. I was not in a great headspace, and I was looking for something to really just motivate me to just keep moving forward and find some positivity in 2025. And so I thought, let's just set a ridiculous challenge, and it's not going to matter whether it gets finished or not. Let's just do something crazy. So I was very optimistic in the idea of playing 500 unique games, playing all of my favorite games, playing all of your favorite games, playing all of our other friends' favorite games, and really it being bring me all your favorite games, let's play them all. That kind of excitement and optimism was the highlight of the challenge for me. Not actually doing the challenge at all, which we'll get to in a moment. So then, Milo, I'll throw back to you. What was the low light of the 500 unique game challenge for you?
Okay, I will touch on that, but before we get to that, it was so funny when we were recording the 2025 challenge. I remember you saying, and the challenge for next year is going to be to play 500 unique games. And I was like, what? This is insane. There's no way that this is going to happen. This is crazy. But it did. At least for me. I feel like I'm almost glad that you weren't able to complete the 500. I feel like I I would be concerned about your children if you were able to actually play 500 games. I feel like you as a dad, like I know how busy you are, and a lot of that time is spent taking care of your kids, which is important.
Yeah.
If you were to reach 500, I'd be like, are your girls okay? Are they getting the attention they need? Which they clearly are. So that's good. Anyway, my low light. Ooh, okay. It was like mid-November when I think it was about 130 games left to play in mid-November. And I had a trip to Mexico coming up in the next month. I was finishing the semester of school that I was in, and like the holidays were going to be in December as well, and just looking at the like month and a half left of the year and like just how busy I was like, there's no way that I'm going to play 130 games. It's just not possible. And so I had kind of like given up on the challenge. Actually, I straight up did give up on the challenge. I was like beating myself up, and I was like so upset about it. I was like outwardly, like visibly disappointed. I was like sulking and moping around the house, and my fiance Hannah was just like, she like gave me a stern talking to, and she was like, I have not played this many different games this year for you to give up now. And like, honestly, she has a fair point, because anytime we played a game last year that she really enjoyed, she'd be like, oh, this was such a great game. Like, do you want to play this again tomorrow? Or whenever the case was. And I would always say like, no, I can't play the same game again. Like, I have to play new games. And I was just like obsessed with only playing new games. And poor Hannah played so many new games, a lot of them like against her will. So I owed it to her to complete this challenge. And I mean, as serious as she was, like, she was obviously very supportive, and she was like, no, you've worked so hard. Like, I believe in you. You can do this. But I think like that was the low light for me. And then I was able to complete the challenge, but I would say only because in Mexico, the trip that we went on, I got COVID.
Gosh.
And I was so sick during our trip to Mexico that I stayed in the hotel room for like 5 of the 7 days we were in Mexico. And I was just on BGA playing board games all day. So,
as you do when you're in Mexico.
yeah, I know, it sucked. But that was the low light for me as well, that like extended period.
Yeah, for me, like the first quarter of the year, I was on track. I would say I got to March, and I was on track. I was pretty much on par, playing enough games to meet my benchmarks. And then right around March, I hit a mental health snag, and I stopped playing games. I kind of stopped working on LittleBigThumbs content. I like lost my motivation for this hobby, and I just didn't even care about the challenge. But at the same time, once that mental health dip had passed, I don't maybe remember how long it lasted, but it lasted long enough that when I kind of came up for air and I was like, what am I doing? I was so far gone, and that I was so far behind that there was no hope to continue doing it. And while I had told myself at the beginning of the year that it didn't matter whether I finished it or not, once we got to that last few months of the year, it mattered to me that I hadn't given up. And I don't have, like, my community, for the most part, like, I've got lots of great friends, but my community is my kids and my partner. Like, that's my core community. And they are, although my kids love playing games, they don't love playing games that much to like get me back on track. And so, like, the challenge that we set out to do really made me dislike gaming in some respects. And it was rough, and it made me think about giving up doing doing the channel. It made me think about, I don't know, like getting rid of games, and ask myself, why am I engaging in this hobby? So it wasn't a great time, and that's not all the fault of the challenge, but it certainly didn't help that I had set myself such a high bar. So that's my low light, is how it contributed to some mental health hiccups. So let's pivot from that kind of low point and talk about 2026. As I said earlier, one of the reasons that I was excited to do the 2025 500 game challenge was to play each other's favorite games. So the challenge for 2026 is just to play each other's favorite games. And we've both created geek lists that we're going to have up on Board Game Geek, so you can peruse each of our lists of our 50 favorite games. And the goal is just simply to play all those games, play 100 of our favorite games, and then loop back at the end of the year and see how we feel about them. See maybe if we actually do a final ranking. Maybe we do like a combined LittleBigThumbs Ultimate Milo and JP ranking to see what the top 50 favorite LittleBigThumbs games are. I don't know what the end result of it is. I don't want to think too lofty about it. I don't want to set myself up to trip and fall like I did last year. All I want to do is make sure that you and I are spending more time together playing games that we really love. And while still making time to play, lots of new games. We're going to be talking shortly about games that are like our shelf of shame, our reviewers' shelf of shame, which we'll link to in the description of this video once it's out. So anyways, I'm losing my train of thought. Point being, play lots of favorite games, still have the bandwidth to play new games, and kind of enjoy the hobby from both of those angles, both enjoying the things we've loved in the past and being excited about things in the future. Does that sound like a reasonable recap of what we're aiming to do here?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very excited to play games that we are both excited and passionate about, games that we love, and sharing that with the other person. And we know each other's lists, but you don't yet.
Right.
But like looking at our lists, there's only a couple of crossover games, which was, a little surprising to me at least.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to be excited about a game and share that excitement with you and vice versa. I think this is like the perfect challenge after last year.
So with all that being said, let's turn some questions to you. Question number one, what's your all-time favorite game? Maybe it's going to be on one of our lists. We'll have to find out. And number two, what is your board game challenge, if you have one, for 2026? I want to hear all about it in the comments of this video. We'd love to chat with you about those things. So that's the end of the video. So that is board game challenges, reflecting on 2025, excited about 2026, and thanks so much for watching. We'll be back again soon, and until then, whether you've got little players
or big players,
make sure that you keep playing games
that make your thumbs go way up. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.